Hi guys from Pennsylvania and our stealth campsite. There's Chica and our tent. And we are going to talk about week 15, June 28th through July 4th. We started the week off in Boiling Springs, Pennsylvania, which was mile 1122, and ended at the Eckville shelter. I think that's how you pronounce it, at 1232.6. That gives us a whopping 110.6 miles for the week, which is a very good week for us. We spent $90 in accommodations. We stayed at the Rock and Soul Hostel, and while it is the most that we've ever paid for a hostel, we paid $45 a piece to stay in what's called Trashy, the trailer. It was cool. It was a great experience. The family that runs it is pretty awesome. The dinner and breakfast was gourmet and delicious and filling. And the accommodations were nice. So check it out. It's look at the reviews. Everybody says the same thing. It says the bunkhouse is $40 a person. Once again, that includes dinner. So a lot of hostels will throw in a $10 dinner. Here it's included, and they just bump up the rate from $30 to $40. But it's not your typical hostel dinner or breakfast. It was delicious. It was comfortable, and the family bent over backwards for us. So we spent $90 in accommodations. We spent $144 eating out and having food in town. We spent $39 on resupply. $5 for laundry. That was in Boiling Springs, I believe. And then $50 worth of shuttles. We don't do shuttles very often, but the reason we went to this hostel in the first place was we had a branch fall on our tent. It damaged the tent. We needed to figure out how to fix it, because somewhere along the line, me, lost the sleeve the emergency sleeve to fix a broken tent pole. While we were at the hostel, one of the guys there offered us his, and we then ordered one on Amazon, forwarded it ahead a couple weeks, and so he can get that at the post office to give it back, because that is not something you want to be on the trail without. We've figured out. Okay, so the shuttles, $50 in shuttles, we were 30 miles out from the hostel, and so that meant a long shuttle. And basically, a lot of these shuttle drivers charge $1 a mile, or more. I've heard of $1.50 or $2, depending on how hilly the place is. This was a 30-minute ride, and he charged us basically $1 a minute to go home, or to the hostel. So a huge expense. Our plan was to go to the shelter after where we actually got off, but rain was threatening, and we were already in a little bit of poor spirits, and we just needed to get off the trail and get our tent fixed and get dry, and get some food apparently. So what does all that mean? It means for the week we spent $328. We did 110 miles, 0.6. So that breaks down to $2.97 per mile, or broken down per person, $1.48 per mile. Woo! That helps us with last week's, the previous week's awful money. So for the whole trip, we've spent $6,192. We've traveled 1,232.6 miles. So that equals 502, or $2.51 per person per mile, which is down 10 cents from last week. And we're going to try to continue that trend of spending less and walking more, because we do need to get our budget in line a little bit. We're a little bit over, from the halfway point, but we're not super concerned because we're tenacious in hitting our budget. Okay, milestones. Really, there really wasn't many milestones this week, but we did hit the point to where we have less than 1,000 miles. So instead of counting up, I think we're going to start counting down to Maine. So we'll do instead of 1,300, it'll be only 900 miles left to Maine, or 800 or 700. It just seems the natural thing to do. Okay, traveling outside asks, how much did it cost to have our clothes permethrined? So you can send off your clothes to a company called Insect Shield. If you buy like an ex officio bug away product, which is they have hats that are bug away, they have long sleeve shirts. Basically, they're treated with permethrin, and they're all treated by the same company that we sent our clothes to, called Insect Shield. So it's all the same stuff. Basically, they created this product for the military, and it helps them keep bugs away. So the great thing about sending it off to be permethrin as opposed to doing it yourself is it lasts for 70 washes, which is more than enough for a full through hike of the Appalachian Trail. If you do it yourself, it's good for 7 washes, which is several weeks for sure. But then you have to do it again, and you have to buy a new spray bottle or carry around a spray bottle. So it's not super convenient. Anyway, so back to the cost. I don't remember exactly how much it was. I believe it broke down to $5 a garment. We ended up paying $125 or $150 for both Chica and my clothes. Socks, a pair of socks is counted as 1 garment. And then I guess a pair of anything. She had her gaiters treated. If I ever use gaiters, I would probably have them treated, but I'm not ever going to use gaiters. So $125, $5 a garment, I think is what it was. You get a discount if you're sending over 10 or 12 garments. They're pretty easy to find. Just Google Insect Shield, and they'll pop up, and there's a little calculator on there or something. Okay, so short video this week. That's all I've got. Ask more questions and I'll make a longer video. We'll see you next week. Bye, guys.